On Thanksgiving Day, we drove from our home in Pahrump to Tonopah for Thanksgiving dinner. On our way to Tonopah, we made a brief stop in Beatty. When we got to Tonopah, we checked in at the Belvada Hotel. Thanksgiving dinner was in the Jack Dempsey Room of the Mizpah Hotel, just across the street from the Belvada Hotel. The next morning, we returned home, making stops in Goldfield and at the Torrance Ranch Preserve near Beatty.
Whenever we drive through Beatty, I am always on the lookout for wild burros. This trip did not disappoint. We saw quite a few both along the Highway 95 and walking down the road. Beatty's burros are both an Old West symbol and a problem. There are about 830 wild burros near Beatty, which the BLM, or Bureau of Land Management, says is about 900% of what the area should hold. Burros cause public safety issues as they travel near roadways and down the roadways themselves and degrade the landscape in a way that hurts other wildlife in the area. And the Belvada too, giving history lessons.
So what did you say this is?
A stuffed mushroom of some sort.
With what?
Stuffed mushroom.
Okay, I'll try it.
As you go through Reno, after you leave Lake Tahoe, and Reno, and you're headed east.
What kind was it?
I don't remember. I had the menu that I put on there with the pictures.
Okay.
It's a little weird, a little scary.
This is really a good Thanksgiving dinner. I couldn't make it this good at home.
Turkey, green beans, stuffing, mashed potatoes, rolls, cranberry sauce. I'm not sure what this is.
And then we had soup, and we'll have pumpkin pie.
Don't see any trucks.
Gosh darn it.
A speakeasy. I'll have to come back here when they have that open. Thank you. Oh, it was very good.
Tons of food.
We have leftover food.
snack and breakfast and whatever.
Ah, it feels good in here. Turn the heat up. I'll get in a tub of hot water.
I gotta recover from too much Thanksgiving dinner.
He's a devil, not a man, and he spreads the burning sand with water. Dan, can you see that big green tree where the water's running free and it's waiting there for you and me?
Built in 1907 at the height of Goldfield's gold rush, when the population of Goldfield was around 30,000, the high school cost $103,000 to construct. Today, that would be nearly $2.7 million. At the time, it was the largest and best equipped high school in the entire state. The school was officially dedicated in 1908. It was the only school, except for the University of Nevada, that had a full-size basketball court. Goldfield High School graduated its last student in 1952. When Goldfield was booming from 1905 through 1910, it had all the amenities of any large city, with fancy restaurants, hotels, athletic clubs, church, and social groups of every kind, theater, shopping, sporting events, unions, and all the general businesses of the day, casinos, red light district, gold, high grading, and all the hopes of prosperity any individual would want to find. Well, today, Goldfield is an almost ghost town, and it has a very haunted Goldfield Hotel. The story goes that the Goldfield Hotel had a very famous woman which haunts it. Her name was Elisabeth. According to the legend, Elisabeth was a prostitute that George Wingfield visited frequently. George Wingfield owned a majority interest in the Manassa Hotel Company, and his partner, Casey McDonald, managed and operated the hotel. While George was very active as both a Democrat and Republican in their parties, his power was legendary at that time and was publicly demonstrated when the collapse of his 12 banks in 1930 almost led to economic ruin of the state of Nevada. Well, Elisabeth turned up pregnant. She claimed the child was Wingfield's, who for a while paid her to stay away, fearful of how the scandal might affect his business affairs. However, when she could no longer hide the pregnancy, Wingfield said to have lured her into room 109 of the hotel, where he chained her to a radiator. Supplied with food and water, she was left there until her child could be born. Reportedly, she cried out over and over for mercy, only to be met with silence. Some say Elisabeth died in childbirth, but others contend that Wingfield murdered her after the child was born. Her baby was thrown into an old mining shaft. Afterward, rumors abounded that Elisabeth continued to visit Wingfield, and the sound of a crying child could sometimes be heard coming from the depths of the hotel. Just north of Beatty, there's a small oasis called Torrance Ranch. It's a 130-acre nature conservancy area that was established to protect the springs and riparian areas at the headwaters of the Amargosa River. The water, in turn, supports rare Amargosa toads and the Oasis Speckled Dace, plus other wildlife and birds. The toad only occurs in a 10-mile stretch of the river and the upland springs here. This reserve is just north of Beatty, and conservationists have worked to restore the area for almost 20 years now.
Let's leave the past behind. Walk with me.
This looks like part of the old road between Beatty and Tonopah, is my guess.
And Highway 95 is right out there beside it. You can hear the cars going down it.